How's it going, everybody? I'm Justin Bregman,
I'm Zach Engel.
and welcome to Badgers Den Breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about Brock men's basketball as they're getting set for their season opener on November 6th in Ottawa. All right, Zach. Danny Algotti, a guy last season, 19.6 points per game, 10.6 rebounds per game. His field goal percentage, his three-point percentage were through the roof. I mean, is this Badger team really going to go just as far as he can go this year?
Well, without a question, you're looking at one of the best rookies in the entire CIS, let alone the entire OUA. He's a guy who wasn't expected to carry such a big load for the Badgers when the season started, but really assumed the role of the superstar. And for someone to do that at such a young age and come in and really show that poise and dominance and confidence was going to go a long way, especially coming into this season. The Badgers missed the playoffs last year, but if you remember Charles Kissy, that was just the first year that he had control of this team, and that wasn't his recruiting class. But Algotti was one of the guys that he wanted to maintain. He's a guy he's groomed. And with a team that Kissy has put out that he likes, Algotti's going to be at the forefront. And like you mentioned, it's only going to go as far as he can go. And he had an outstanding rookie season, but he's got to improve on those numbers in his sophomore season this year.
Yeah, you got to think he's also going to be logging a ton of minutes. As you mentioned, head coach Charles Kissy, now his second year with the team, but this is his first year that he was able to make his recruits. We got a couple guys that we'll talk about in a little bit, but I think Yusuf Ali at the point guard position is definitely improving from last year. Joneel Simpson, he comes in as one of the forwards. He's going to take over for the graduating Tashinka Samba. I think this team is a lot deeper this year, and it's going to bring a lot more depth overall to the entire basketball program for years to come. So let's quickly go through, pick one X factor that you think is going to be a spark this year that we maybe don't know about yet or don't expect, and also how far do you think this team can really go?
Well, you might remember Jeremy Angelini on the team last year. Well, he's no longer on the squad. Instead, it's his older brother, Zach Angelini. He's a three-point lethal specialist, and that's what they're going to need off the bench. He's my X factor. When the Badgers starters are not putting up those points, you need to have that spark off the bench, and you need those three-point shots to come. He's shown the ability to hit those shots, dropping 18 points in one of the preseason games. He constantly continues to put up good numbers and plays well on both sides of the court. Brings the intensity, but it's going to be all about that three-point shot. And if he can provide that spark off the bench, these Badgers starters and this whole Badgers team is going to really bond together, find that chemistry, and really go a long way. But I think that if you set the goal to make the playoffs and try and win run round, you look at the Toronto Raptors, a team that wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs last year, let alone run for the first overall pick. They ended up going to the first round, losing in 7 games. If the Badgers can follow in that type of way and make it to the playoffs and push their first-round opponent, maybe even get past there, I think that's considered a success, especially when you consider all those young guys that get an extra season of experience under their belt in the postseason play. You look forward to their second, third, and fourth years, that's when you start seeing, can the Badgers really make a run at a basketball OUA championship? But this year, I'd look at the goal to be a little smaller, but definitely you want to make the postseason if you're Charles Kissy and the Badgers.
Yeah, I can't agree more. And another guy that I think is going to be my X factor for this year has got to be Matt Marshall. This is a guy that a lot of people maybe don't know about yet, but this is a guy that could score 20-plus points a game if he really puts his mind to it. Again, he has that range that Angelini has. He's got that defensive perspective that can come out in the open court, and he's a guy that could be with Algotti at the top of the scoring on a nightly basis if you give him the opportunity. Okay, we're all very excited here at BrockTV. The home opener is on November 14th. The women start at 6 p.m. The men will be followed at 8 p.m. And it's all right here on Badgers Den Live, right on OUA.TV.